Hola, señoras and señoritas. Manchester City win the game 3-1 and put ourselves in control of the group, now on 9 points. And we have a great chance to take that to 12 points when we play Young Boys again at the Etihad in a couple of weeks' time at the Etihad Stadium. Guys, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button, man. Let's get those likes right up. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We've got loads to discuss, loads of good performances there. Good performances, Jack Grealish, Doku, some really decent performances out there as well. And some that maybe some people think are not too good as well. So, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me, man. Get those likes up, massively help support the channel. Let's get straight into it then, guys. Let's start off with Ederson, if I can get him up on screen. There we go. Heat map, not really surprising. Been quite in his own goal. 90 minutes. He made 3 saves in the game. 2 high claims, 2 saves from inside the penalty area. Had an 88% pass accuracy, which is nice to see. Was it Ortega? What game did Ortega play recently where his passing stats were a bit off? We said, yeah, that he's miles. His kicking is no good compared to Ederson's. Long balls, 6 out of 11 successful. Well, I mean, the only thing I'd say is he kind of got caught in no man's land for the goal, but I would say, is that really his fault? Like, I think you got to look at why is the guy been allowed to play the ball in behind so easy without no press. Rico's gone to play him offside and he's not offside. He's got that wrong. Ederson just caught out. He's been caught the brunt of it, but he has been caught in no man's land. It's a great finish. It's a great ball, first of all. It's a great finish. Sometimes you just got to say it was a sick goal. And you probably have said that. I give Ederson, I'll probably give him 6.8, 6.9, maybe a 7 if you're being really picky. But yeah, I mean, nothing really to write home about. But he also made some decent saves, and you got to say as well, playing on that pitch, it's not easy. I don't think, because if you have low shots as well, you know what I mean, the ball can skid off. It was raining, it was wet. You know what? Fuck, I'm going to give him a 7. Actually, I'm going to give him a 7. It's not easy to play on that type of pitch. You know what I mean? We've all seen it on AstroTurf. The ball moves mad. Right, okay, let's go into Rico Lewis here there, guys. That's his heat map. Wow, look at that. Everywhere on that right-hand side, inverting, forward, wing side, right back. Pretty mad. 90 minutes played in the game, 91% pass accuracy, 1 key pass, 1 big chance created, 2 long balls, both successful. He had 2 ground duels successful out of 5, didn't win his only aerial duel. Also made 1 clearance and 1 interception. I thought, going forward, as I said before the game, remember when we got the tactical pad out and said, like, he's actually really good creative. He is mint in that position. He is. I think that we still need him to bulk up a little bit, and that will come in time. He's only 19, or he's 19 next month. That'll, obviously, we all grow into 21 or whatever the thing is. So that will come naturally with age. I think that will help him massively, because when he's getting in them duels, he's up against a 30-year-old mate who's stocky as hell. You know what I mean? He's going to come off worse off in that battle. Naturally, as he gets older, he'll bulk up a little bit, put on a bit of muscle. I think he'll get better in that situation. I think he read, obviously, the goal wrong. Like I say, that goal reminded me a lot of the Zinchenko Havertz goal against Chelsea in the Champions League final. The only difference was Havertz went round the goalkeeper and Elia put the ball over the top of Ederson. You know, one of them cut across the middle. He's tried to play him on. The guy's got goal side. It's a good run from the striker. He's probably messed up, but I think you still have to be decent, give him a decent score, because I still think he played well. I'm going to give him high 8s because he cost us the goal. Well, he didn't cost us, but he was part of the goal, really. So I'm going to give him a 7.8, 7.7. I've got to say, on the ball, let me get the heat map up again. In this sort of position here, right, I think he's fantastic. I think he is, because the way he drives forward in this sort of area here, there's very few players that I've seen do it like him. Like, it's very difficult to get the ball off, and he's so quick at it as well. He's so quick at making that sort of drive. It's really difficult for the opposition to stop him. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a decent score, man. I think he deserves it. Like I say, I think he'll learn from the defensive side, but he is still very young. Again, don't forget, and I've got to remind myself this at times as well, just because he's playing a lot of games, he's still very young. He's only 18. So he's still got development to make. Okay. Let's get on to this man, Akanji. Manuel Akanji today. That's his heat map from today. Out on that right-hand side, of course, because Rico Lewis was inverted a lot, so he obviously covered off the right, but did drive forward and made a couple of exceptional runs forward. I'm talking top tier John Stones level runs forward and put a good ball into Haaland. I think he did it twice actually to Haaland. You know, I mean, very unlucky really not to have an assist there today. Akanji, to be honest. These are his stats. Played 90 minutes, 1 goal, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 is ground duel, 1 is aerial duel, 96% passing accuracy, 2 key passes, 1 long ball successful, shot off target, and hit the woodwork. We'll do man of the match at the end of the game, but he's going to be up there, people. He is, which is going to annoy a lot of you guys who hate him, but he's going to be up at the top. Near the top. I've got to put him in the 8s, man. I've got to put him in the 8s. I've got to give him a really good score. I thought it was absolutely exceptional today. And I'll tell you what, it's almost a good job that he's not available for Sunday. Because if he was, then Pep would have a right decision to make. Because Ake played well as well. We'll come on to him in a minute. And he's got to decide what 2 players to get dropped. He'll have a difficult decision there. Easily in the 8s. Easily mid to high 8s. You know what? I'm going to give him high 8s, man. I'm going to give him 8 point. I don't think he did anything really wrong, to be honest. I'm going to give him a high score. I'm going to 8.8, 8.7, 8.8, something like 8.9, 9. Could he get in the 9s? Why not? What did he do wrong? Scored a goal, hit the woodwork. Fuck it, I might give him a 9, you know. I might give him a 9. What are you going to do, man? I'm going to give him a 9. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Because the guy comes up and he gets a lot of stick, man. I think unfairly at times. And tonight, I thought it was class. I'm going to give him a 9. Sack it. I'm going to give him a 9. Okay, let's move on to Ruben Dias. Captain today as well. Captain. That's his heat map in this like little... He's like the guy, you know, like the Queen's Guards. Like they stand outside the castle and like they walk around the castle. Like guarding the castle. He's like one of them. You know what I mean? He just walks in this sort of area. It's like, this is my zone and you shall not enter, you shall not pass sort of situation. 90 minutes played in the game, 2 clearances, 1 block shot, 1 is only ground duel, 1 is only aerial duel, 97% passing accuracy, 6 long balls completed out of 8, which means if you look at that, you only misplaced 1 short pass, which is quite exceptional. 1 shot on target, which created the goal because obviously the keeper saved it onto the bar. And then Akanji tapped it in. So it was a brilliant header as well. He's got up so well. And unlucky for him, he's not actually got the goal. It was Akanji with the tap in. But I thought he was pretty good today. I think Ruben Dias, he's had a couple of performances where he's not looked great, but he's been all right. But what I think we should be doing with a player like Ruben Dias is holding him to such high standards. Because I think he's up there with one of the best defenders in the world. Some might say he is. So you've got to hold him to high standards. That doesn't mean cook him whenever he does anything slightly wrong or get on his back. I just think we've got to say when he's not put in a level, that performance, say, wasn't quite there. And that's okay. That's okay. I think he was up there today. I thought it was fantastic. I'm going to give him 8.3. 8.3. I think he deserves to be in the 8s. High 8s, maybe. I wouldn't argue with you, to be honest with you. You really wanted to put him in there. It's got to be less than Akanji. I give Akanji 8.7, 8.8. So for me, slightly less. So I'm going to give him, I'm going to give him 8.3. Maybe an 8.4, but 8.3 is what we're going to go for. Okay, well, someone asked me in the chat earlier on, will Nathan Ake play against Man United? Well, this is a difficult one, man. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of debates on this in the next couple of days. But let's have a look at his stats first of all. That's his heat map. I've got to say as well, some of these passes, where he was in this sort of position here, right? In this way, you can see the marker there. And Kovacic was like here. He made some brilliant passes time and time again into Kovacic. 90 minutes played, 2 clearances. He won 5 out of 3 ground duels. He won his only aerial duel. 97% passing accuracy. And I've got to say as well, I thought my mouse had died there. Not all those passes were sideways. Now, I don't know whether or not he thought to himself, I need to be playing slightly more advanced passes today because the United game's coming up. And if I'm passing it sideways all the time, it ain't going to work. I don't know whether he had that in the back of his mind, but a lot of his balls today were forward passes. And you noticed that during the game. So that's pretty impressive that he got such high passing stats. 2 key passes in the game. He made 1 cross, which was successful. 3 long balls, all successful as well. Listen, again, he's got to be in the 8s. 100% he has to be in the 8s. I think he was very good. Very good. I think he should be somewhere with Dias. Maybe on par with Dias. I don't think there was too much to him. So yeah, I've got to give him an 8.3, 8.4, 8. I'll go 8.3. I think it was very, very impressive. And again, I think Pep Guardiola, he's got a very, very difficult choice now. Now, I think for me, I'd still play Gvardiol, but we'll have this discussion in a few days. But Ake done nothing wrong tonight. It was very, very good. And some of those passes forward today, you know, really, really helped us because it got Kovacic on the ball in advanced positions. So, yeah, great play. And as well, I got to say as well, Ake this season has been slightly below his level of last year, right? Again, you got to hold him to high standards. So, for him to put in a performance like that tonight where he was very good, that's a good sign for sure. Okay, let's move on to the best midfielder in world football, Rodri. Look at that heat map, man. That is just a joke, really, isn't it? It's just a joke. He's just everywhere. It's just everywhere. 89 minutes played. Got 1 assist, which was a great assist. 94% passing accuracy. 4 key passes in the game. Look at this. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen, in all my time doing player ratings, I don't think I've ever seen stats for long balls with 16 of them where 14 have been successful. That is serious. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen a long ball stat that impressive in my life. He had 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target. He won a penalty. He missed a big chance. 2 ground duels, 1 out of 4. Anything else? Couple interceptions and a clearance. He almost deserves his own award, doesn't he, really? You know what I mean? Because I could literally just record myself saying something about Rodri and just play it in this part of the stream. Because you won't notice. Because they just say the same thing every time. Absolutely mint. World-class performance. Mint defensively. Carries the ball forward. Great offensively as well. The guy does it all, people. He does it all. He's turning into a box-to-box midfielder now. Not in terms of the free roam that you typically think of some box-to-box midfielders of having free roam where they're constantly at one box to the other. No, it's more strategic. It's more structurally placed. He goes forward when he needs to, and obviously defends is sort of a priority. But he does have that freedom to go forward. I mean, he was in the penalty area. He gets forward a lot. He's world class. He's world class. And as I said to you before, I think he's the best midfielder in world football. And I'll defend that position 100% against anyone who claims any other player. I think he's goated. Where'd you put him? Where'd you put him? I got to give him, again, high 8s, probably. Probably high 8s. I really do. I'm going to try to force Akanji as being man of the match. I don't know. I give him an 8.7. I'm going to give him an 8.7. But to be honest with you, again, like Canada there says 9.1. Harley says 9.1. Why not 9? Why not a 9? What's he done wrong? Not really. I give him an 8.9. I'm gonna force my man of the match probably towards Akanji. I'm gonna force it. But yeah, brilliant. Just brilliant. He really is exceptional. And yeah, the problem is he's got to the point where he's so good that when he's out the team, we are so visibly weaker. It's unbelievable. Now, how you solve that, I don't know. You know what I mean? What do you do? Do you sign another DM? I don't think that'll work. Do you force someone else in there? We had the guy in Gundogan, we let him go. That's the main issue with Rodri. The main problem we've got with Rodri is that when Rodri doesn't play, we're just a lot worse than with him in the team. Facts. Okay, let's continue with the midfield. Let's go to Mateo Kovacic. Let's see what you guys are saying on this one, actually. So mainly played off of the left-hand side today. 90 minutes played, 89% pass accuracy with one key pass. One long ball, one shot blocked, 6 dribble attempts, non-successful. He won 6. No, he didn't. He won 3 ground duels out of 6. He got 1 aerial duel, 1 out of 1. He made 1 clearance, 1 block shot, and 1 interception. Now, I know some of you in the chat might want to slam him. I'm not going to slam him as much as some of you guys. I'm going to give him a 6. And it's such an easy 6 for me. Because I always say, every player for me starts off at a 6. And if you negatively impact the game, I'll give you less than a 6. If you positively impact it, I'll give you more than a 6. I don't think he positively impacted the game today, but I don't think he negatively. I don't think he made us worse. I don't think he did anything wrong for me to slag him off. The problem is, again, I say this to you. In a game where we're looking for our midfielders to create chances and score goals, he just doesn't look like he's going to be that guy, to be honest with you. So then he just sort of drifts and does not a lot. But I can't sit here and slam him. You know what I mean? I don't think he was that bad. I just, like I say, I think there's a time and place for Kovacic. I think there'll be games this season where he plays and he'll be mint. But like I say, in games where we dominate the possession, I mean, if I check the stats out, what was the possession? I think they actually fought it back in the end. They did. It was 68% possession. You know, we dominated the game. And we know for a fact that Kovacic ain't going to score and create many chances. He's 29. He's never done it in his career. That is not his fault. That's just the way he plays. So then you got to ask, is he the best player to play in that game? Probably not. For me, it's an easy 6. I think he's a good player to have. I think his experience is a lot. But when we signed him, I distinctly remember saying, I think he'll be a squad rotational player. And he's not at the moment. He's starting. And I think that's probably slightly too much for him. But I don't think he did anything particularly bad today. I just don't think he was either very good either. So a 6 for me is an easy rating. Let's go on to Nunes. I'm interested to see what you guys have got to say on this guy because I thought it was a very interesting performance. That's his heat map from today. Everywhere again, mainly off of the right-hand side. Did drift over the left. Subbed off after 72 minutes. Had an expected goals of 0.64. So he missed a big chance. Guys, remind me, what was the big chance that Nunes... Someone put in the chat, what was the big chance that Nunes missed? I can't remember. Someone put it in the chat, remind me, man. 86% passing accuracy, 2 key passes, 2 successful crosses out of 3. 3 long balls created, 4 long balls, 3 successful. That's your big chance created. He also missed a big chance as well. 1 shot on target, 2 shots off target, 1 shot blocked, 5 dribbles, 3 successful. He won 4 out of 9 ground duels and won 1 out of 2 aerial duels, or made 1 interception as well. The first half miss on the Grealish pass. Yes, that was it. That great ball from Grealish, and then it was a difficult chance, but one that I think he's got to be hitting the target with. Really, listen, I thought it was a really interesting performance from Matheus Nunes today. I thought it was better than Kovacic. I wasn't blown away by his performance, but I'm still trying to understand what as a player he brings to the team. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't really understand it still. And some of you guys might be like, what don't you understand? I just don't get it. I just don't really understand what he's in the team at the moment to do. The way I'll understand that is by seeing him more. I think he played all right. I think he was okay. I don't think he was, like I said, I think he was better than Kovacic. I think he better impacted the game than Kovacic. But I'm still trying to work out what is his role. What is his role? Like Kovacic, for me, his role is in there to keep shit ticking over. He ain't going to do anything mad, usually. Obviously, against Arsenal, he almost did. But he also ain't going to set the world alight. Nunes, I'm still trying to work that out. What does Pep tell him to do when he's on the pitch? Is he saying, go forward, create? Is he saying, get active in the middle? You know, you're very energetic, win the ball high up the pitch. But the only way we'll find that out is by watching him. I'm going to give him a decent score. Nothing major. I'm going to go silly with it. 7.3. I'm going to give him a 7.3. Ball carrying, a lot of people are saying. Yeah, it's probably a high one. Probably one that people are going to say ball carrying. I'm going to give him a 7.3. I think he deserves to be in the 7s. I can't give him anything higher than that. But I think he was all right today. Certainly something to get a little bit excited about. To say, okay, I'm willing to invest in this guy and see where his career can go. but it's still very early days. So let's see what happens with that one. Okay, what do you want to do now? Do you want to go left? Do you want to go Jack Grealish? Or do you want to go right? Do you want to go Jeremy Doku? What do you want me to do? Where do you want us to go? I don't really mix it up, but I'm going to put that out to you. First person in the chat that says who you want me to go for, I'll go for. Let's see what you guys are saying. Who should I go for first? Let's go right. Let's go Jeremy Doku. Okay, so Jeremy Doku's heat map today, as you can see, mainly on the right. But what's interesting, wasn't it, that we've seen him, not for a long time, it was probably about 5-10 minutes. He did switch with Grealish at one point and go out on that left-hand side, which I found very interesting. But as you can see, mainly out on that right-hand side. Again, played 72 minutes, 2 shots on targets. Look at that. 8 dribbles, 7 successful. He's an incredible dribbler. He really is. 1 big chance missed, which was the one where obviously he cut onto his left foot. But then unfortunately slipped on the grass. So what can you do about that? You know what I mean? What can you do about that? Oh, I clicked the wrong button, but is this better or not? Which one is chat? Sorry, just quickly. This is a revelation to me. Which is better? That one, or that one? Is that one or that one, really, isn't it? I think this is all right. Can you see the stats there on the screen, or is it too small? Do you know what I mean? Because if it's too small, I'll go back to the note. Sorry about this. Just quickly interrupting the player ratings for checking out the situation. I keep it on this one, but if you don't want me, I'll switch it back if you want me to switch it back. But I feel like this is good because you can actually see my face. But let me know if you want to switch it back. I'll switch it back. Okay, so where are we at? Let me go through the stats again. 72 minutes played, 2 shots on target, 7 dribbles successful out of 8, 1 big chance missed, 90% passing accuracy, 2 key passes, 1 big chance created, 2 successful crosses out of 4, and 1 long ball successful. He also had 9 successful ground deals out of 12, 1 interception as well. Listen, what was I say about Jeremy Doku? I think, again, I've said this a lot, but I think he's had a great start. I think he's had a great start to his career at Manchester City. He's electric on them dribbles. The only thing that I would say is I thought he gassed himself out a little bit in that by the time we got to that second half, like later on. By the hour mark, I thought he looked a bit too tired. Is he taking on players too much? Does he need to just chill a little bit so he can be more consistent throughout the 90 minutes? I don't know. That could be just me making too much out of what I've seen. But he dropped off against Brighton as well in the second half. So I wonder if there might be something in that. Is he spamming out too quick? Does he have to just rein it back and preserve some of that energy? Again, that could be total waffle. In terms of what he did today, I mean, he was brilliant. I mean, Haaland should have had at least 1 goal from him. He had a great effort, didn't he, when he cut in off that left-hand side and put one in the top corner. A little bit too much curl. Still was a good save from the goalkeeper. I think that for me, he's got off to a brilliant start, and I'm so excited to see where he can go, because if he's playing like this after, 2 months of being here, what's he going to be like after a season, 2 seasons of having Pep Guardiola as his coach, learning how he wants him to play, getting used to how City play? You know what I mean? I think he could be mint. And if he does slow down a little bit and the stamina increases and he can keep that up over 90 minutes, wow. But for me, listen, great player. I think tonight, I'm going to put him in the 8s. Should have had at least 1 assist. Unlucky not to have a goal. I'll give him an 8.1, 8.2. I think he deserves to be in the 8s tonight, to be honest. So I think he was really, really good. I do think he was really, really good. And listen, I think that'll be an interesting one. Will he play against United on Sunday? That'll be a big one. Right, let's get back on it. Jack Grealish, Jackie G&A. That's his heat map from today. Mainly again on the left-hand side. Did go out on that right-hand side. I didn't think he particularly looked that great when he went on the right, where Doku did, obviously. Doku's much more flexible where you can play him. 90 minutes played in the game, 2 shots on target, 1 shot blocked, 1 dribble attempt, which was successful. 90% passing accuracy, 3 key passes, 2 big chances created, which I got to take this up with you, SofaScore. That is harsh. That is harsh. It should be 3. It should definitely be 3 big chances created. 5 crosses, 3 successful, 5 long balls, 3 successful. He won 2 ground deals out of 4 and also 1 one aerial duel at one. Got dribble past once. Best performance of the season from Jack Grealish. I think before tonight, I think there would have been a lot of people out there saying it's difficult for him to play against United, bar maybe the occasion. I think he's put himself in a brilliant position to start against Man United, as all the players have, of course. I thought he was great. I do. I think he was great. I think he's got to be up there as well with I think he's in the 8s for me, for certain. How he's not come away in that game with an assist. Just double check he didn't get an assist. He didn't. How he didn't come away in that game with an assist, I have no idea. He's got to blame the other players for that, not him. Doku should have scored one. Haaland should have scored one. Someone else should have scored one. Brilliant. And we need to see more of this. It's great, Grealish, that you've done that tonight, you know, but we need to see more of this chance creation. Because let's be honest, that's the only thing, really, that you're lacking. If you look at last season, everything else perfect. No problems with anything. Ball retention, work rate, defensive work. Oh, great. No problem. The only thing that lacked last year was assists and numbers to a good enough level, really, where we expect. If you can add that to the game, then bloody hell, we've got some player in our hands, guys. Got some player in our hands. So if he can keep that up and keep on creating those chances, then mint. Then mint. For me, 8's easy. Yeah, I probably had a good chance to score himself. He went that mazy little dribble. Shot in the end was low quality, but he's got to be in the 8s. I'm going to give him an 8.4. I'm going to give him an 8.4. But some people might say, well, yeah, but LB, if he would have got the assist, then he would have got a higher rating. So is that really his fault? Yeah, probably not. But it ain't that deep in it. Ain't that deep. So it is what it is. But listen, great performance from Jack Grealish. Keep it up. That's what we all want to see. That City fans. You know, we all know what Jack Grealish can do, right? We all know that he's great on the ball. He can hold the ball up. He's great at all that. We all know that. But at the end of the day, if you're playing 3,500 minutes a season, for this team that goes deep in competitions, you need to be getting at least 10 G&A, 10 goals, 10 assists. That's not a lot, really. Well, because for Mahrez, I set Mahrez mad targets. I was setting Mahrez 15-15, 20-20. Why? Because I felt that he could achieve those goals, played enough, and he was clinical, he created chances. I lowered it for Grealish. I said 10-10. So I think Grealish now, step up, man. Keep doing what you did tonight. And when you get in front of that goal, man, you pull the trigger hard. You know what I mean? Side-footed in that. Put your laces through it, man. Promise you. I think this could potentially be a turning point in Grealish's season. Not that I was really getting on the whole, Grealish had a shit season. Like he'd been injured for a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Didn't really get the hype on that, but I just feel that this could potentially be the turning point in his season where he clicks into gear. So let's see how he gets on. Anyway, let's move it on to the Viking. And of course, guys, we've figured out the problem. All season, he's been missing. He's been misfiring. He's been lagging. And we've been like, what's wrong with him? Why is he not scoring all the goals? I mean, he's still scoring a lot of goals. He's still top scorer, right? But he's not firing like he was last year. Well, tonight, we've worked it out. 89 minutes played, 2 goals. He's exceeded his expected goals for the first time in a long time, by the way, which is interesting to see. 5 shots on target, 1 shot off target, 2 shots blocked. Look at this. 5, 7, 8 shots. When was the last time we've seen Haaland have 8 shots, guys? When was the last time we've seen that? Ages ago. Great to see. That means the team's creating chances for him. 2 big chances missed. 3 dribble attempts, 1 successful. And again, don't really care about the rest of the stats, to be honest, when it comes to Haaland. What should we say about Haaland? I'll say that tonight, scored the penalty, got the goal, still looked... The goal, by the way, on his right foot, I mean, that was a brilliant finish. A brilliant finish. And that's what we realised. He's now right-footed, not left-footed. Still not quite running at max. The one for me that tells me that he's not quite firing, even though he scored 2 goals today, which is bizarre to say. But I guess this is what, when you've got to play like Messi or Ronaldo or Haaland who score 50 goals a season, I guess this is what it's like. You just naturally find yourself doing this. The one that tells me that he's not quite firing is the one where he got put through on his left. I might have to watch it again, so I might be being harsh, I don't know. But he got put through on his left foot. He was through on goal. I think it was Rico played him through, or Akanji. And last season, he's taking one touch. He might not even have a touch, and he's just banging it in the back of the net. But on this one, he delayed, and he just kind of fizzled out. I think the keeper smothered it. So, but he still scored 2 goals, which is wild, isn't it? You know what I mean? But this is what you got. When you got a freak like this, it's a madness. Yeah, I mean, how many goals is he on now for the season? Haaland, transfer marks, stats. He's on 11. He's on 11 in 14 matches with 2 assists. So he's on what? 13 GNA in 14 games. So I mean, he's still on brilliant numbers. But he should be on even better numbers. But listen, I think it'll click at some point. You know, maybe playing United at the weekend will click him into gear. Subs wise, do we need to speak about any of the subs? Nah, not really. I thought Bernardo Silva looked good when he come on. In fact, I do want to speak about Alva. I don't normally speak about subs. Oh yeah, player. I didn't even give him a fucking rating, did I? What did I give Alva? What did I give Haaland? 8.2. There you go. Probably should be higher, but you know, he did miss a few chances as well. I don't normally speak about subs, but Alvarez, he was brilliant when he come on. Now, I know we come on with 20 minutes to go, so young boys were probably fatigued, a little bit tired and whatnot, and you come on, he's very energetic, but I mean, the finish that was a goal. And by the way, right, I still don't think that goal should have been ruled out, mate, because for that goal to have been ruled out, you've got to be telling me, right, you've got to be telling me that Grealish purposely handballed it, which I don't think he did, but anyway, that's by the by. Great finish. I'm just frustrated because it was a great goal. He was great when he come on. He'll definitely play at the weekend because he has to, because he's mint. Yeah, I thought Bernardo was good. And Phillips and Gomez didn't really play anything. So a good night at the office. And if we look at the table, where does that put us now? Let's have a look at the situation. Share this tab. Here we go. This is where we are now, people. You see it? There we go. So that's where we are. 3 games played. City top of the group on 9 points. We now play Young Boys at the Etihad Stadium, which really, if we're being honest with ourselves, should be another 3 points. That puts us on 12. Leipzig now have to go to Red Star, which is probably the tougher game. If Red Star can get a win or a draw there, you know, that'll put us, 5 points ahead with 6 to play. You know, that's it. It's done, basically. You know what I mean? It's a chiller. So, the Young Boys now game is still an important match. In 2 weeks' time, when we play them at the Etihad, still got to get that job done. But let's be honest, right? Not being funny or anything, but if we played that out of their place, right? We should have put what? How many goals should we have scored today? 7, and we had 3.97 expected goals. It's the highest we've had probably all season. I mean, we do that at the Etihad. Nah, we should score 5 or 6 easy. So that should be an easy game, but you never know, you know what I mean? It is the Champions League. But there we go, people. We are done. Player ratings are done. Champions League is done. Let's have a look at the other scores, actually. I've not seen too many of the other scores. Let me take a quick look. Feyenoord 3-1 against Lazio. Let me bring this up on screen, actually, so you guys can see as well. There we go. You see this? Not now, man. Feyenoord 3-1 against Lazio. Celtic 2-2 against Atletico Madrid. That's a great result for them. What's that do for the table? They needed the win, really, didn't they? Celtic, but good night for them anyway. This is a terrible result for Newcastle. Let's be real. What does that do for the table? They're now in 3rd, and now they have to go to Dortmund. It's not looking good, bruv, for them there, is it? Let's be honest. It's not looking good for them, bruv. Standard victory for PSG. I don't think we expected anything different. We've already seen Group G. Is that it? No. Barcelona beat Shakhtar earlier on 2-1, and Porto 4-1 against Antwerp, which means they're sort of standard sort of situation you'd look at. But this is big for Barcelona because, of course, Barcelona have struggled to get out of the group in the last few years as well. So if they can get out there, that'd be decent for them. But listen, there you go, guys. Listen, I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Not finding the chat. Smash the like if you have enjoyed it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. The Never a Foul lads are now live. They're talking about some more redirecting on the stream, so you can go check them out. think Daps might be on there having a chat about City as well, so you can go see them. But listen, I've enjoyed tonight, man. Thank you very much for joining me as always. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Back tomorrow, maybe a little bit more talk on this, and then it's all on the derby. Guys, have a good night. See you later.